Guess what? I found some new solar powered lights. I know what you're thinking. Can he get any more at his house? I know, it's like daytime all the time around here. Anyway, this is by a company called Boundery, and this is LumiGuard. You remember Boundery, right? We reviewed the e-bulb and the bug bulb. Now we're gonna do their LED solar powered light. If you're new to my channel, my name is Jeff, and this is Jeff Reviews for You. I review a whole variety of products. I specialize in as seen on TV items. I even do a DIY every once in a while. If that interests you, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and click the bell below. That way you're notified every time I release a video just like this one. One more thing, don't forget to check down the description for my social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I would love it if you'd follow me there too. Now, let's take a closer look at LumiGuard to see if it's any good. Here's my 4-pack of LumiGuard from Boundery that I purchased on Amazon for just under $50. They do have this in a 1-pack if you did not want all 4. They're about $16 a piece. All right, so I have my directions, mounting hardware, and then the LED light itself. It looks as though I have 20 of these little LED diodes in there, so that probably is going to be pretty bright. I will say this plastic feels very inexpensive. They do say that this is waterproof and it's 1-minute installation, but then again, all of these are. Let's check to see. This looks like an on-off button. Let's check to see if it lights. Okay, that's pretty bright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read through the directions and then we'll set this up. The directions tell us to charge these in the sun for 7 hours. So what I'm going to do is you peel off this little sticker on the top, or not sticker, but solar panel cover. We're going to charge these for 7 hours, and then we will test them out. They're supposed to just be motion sensor. If someone comes within 15 feet, it'll light up and stay on. And then if they leave after 15 to 20 seconds, they're supposed to shut off. Let's test out that 60-second install time. Well, I didn't realize that the screw that they gave me didn't fit through this little hole. I gotta take it out now. All right, we're trying this again. So it is completely installed. And one thing I noticed I didn't like is it sort of bounces down here at the bottom. I wish there was another screw down here, but it's installed, less than 60 seconds. When I went to install these, I really wanted to use the included screw, but as you saw, it just didn't fit, and that was really frustrating. And this is the kind of slot here that you're supposed to be able to put the screw in and slide it down and, you know, take it off if you need to, whatever, and it just didn't work. I will say if you put it in sideways, it can fit, but then who puts the screws in sideways? That doesn't make sense. It does have these extra holes on the top if you want to screw them in there, but like I said before, I wish it had it on the bottom as well. We have all of our Boundery LumiGuard lights installed. I have them installed exactly 5 feet apart. I did that to test to see if the 15-foot detection from the motion sensor worked that way. I will say this light right here, I put a different screw in it so I could remove it and then I could raise it up here because I do want to see what the light span looks like on the ground behind us. But we are all set up. These lights have been in the sun all day charging, ready to roll. I look forward to this evening. So, what are your thoughts of LumiGuard? Is this a solar-powered light that you just can't live without? Let me know down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. I have my 4 solar lights by Boundery up here. I also left up my solar bionic light, really just because I wanted you to see the 2 different types of light. There's a really bright and then a soft. As I'm getting closer now, I'm hoping they're going to trip on. I'm just about 15 feet away now. Well, you saw the solar bionic light kick on and then 2 of these Boundaries. Let's keep going and see if the other 2 will click on. There they go. So they're all on. Do you see how the Boundery lights are that brighter bluish color, whereas the solar bionic light is this sort of softer yellow color? What we're going to do is we're going to see what they look like the other direction so you can actually see how much they light the area up, and then we'll wrap it up. Right now, these lights are only sitting just about 5 feet off the ground, so you can see how much space they illuminate. This is 2 of the lights. They actually stay on for about 20 seconds and they go off. And because I'm standing between these 2 lights, they're staying on, where the 2 just to the left of me have turned off completely. So they do light up a good space. What I'm going to do is I'm going to raise one of the lights just to see how much further you can see, because like I said, they're only 5 feet off the ground right here. All right, here's the one LumiGuard. You can see about, I'd say, 20, 30 feet. Then it starts to get too dark where you can't really tell what's going on, but you can still see. So I can get it if you're taking the trash out or whatnot. It allows you to see. Now I'm going to show you what the solar bionic light looks like from the same vantage point. As you can see, the area of view is much larger, and it is significantly brighter than the LumiGuard. Off in the distance, you can see one of my solar-powered street lamps. That's pretty sweet. We're just going to take a stroll to see if those light our way. Oop, kicked on, kicked on, kicked on. Yeah, it is really convenient how you can have a bunch of these, and they just light up your way as you're going down the sidewalk or whatnot. That part is pretty convenient. The more the merrier. In this video, we were looking at LumiGuard. It's Boundary's new solar-powered wall light. So what did I think of it? To be honest with you, I wasn't that wowed. I actually thought, this is kind of boring, right? The materials that it was made of was kind of cheap. I felt like it was a hollow plastic. That kind of stuff always worries me. And as I think about this and comparing to other solar-powered lights that I have, as you know, I have a few, nothing really stood out to me. They turn on when you walk in the area. Sure, they all do. They turn off after 20 seconds. Sure, they all do. I will say I liked having them at a lower level versus the higher level. I think if you have a few of these in series, they do a good job of lighting up your walkway, and they're relatively inexpensive. Now, as I held them higher, I couldn't tell any difference in the amount of light that was showing off there. It looked exactly the same to me, either if it was at 8 feet or 5 feet. So my opinion, to keep it lower, maybe you run it across some fence posts, and that can cause some visibility that way. Like I said, I purchased these. There were 4 of them for around $50. Otherwise, you can get 1 for $15, so you save $10 on 4, that kind of a thing. If this is something that interests you, I will leave a link down in the description. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. When I first saw this, I was looking at it going, that looks really, really familiar. Where have I seen this before? And I couldn't remember. Well, then I went to install it, and what did I see? My very first solar-powered light. It was up on the wall. I'm thinking, oh my, that's what it is. It's almost the exact same thing. Now, this has more LEDs than this one, but they're very, very similar. I wanted to show you this because it's important to know what these kind of lights turn into after a few years. Now, this took about 3 years before the solar panel went and the light went. Now, this no longer works. There's a motion sensor and such. So I want to give you the realistic expectation. These do not last forever. Now, it may not be as quick as 3 years, but down the road, that's most likely what it will be. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review of LumiGuard. You know what? In this video, I showed you another solar-powered light. It was the As Seen on TV Solar Bionic Light. It was that softer light. Anyway, what I did is I reviewed that one not too long ago, and I'm going to link that review right up here, and I would love it if you would click on this link. And when you do, by the magic of the internet, I'm going to join you at that review. So go ahead, click it. It's safe, I promise.